Hey, what's up, guys, and welcome back to my reading journey. Hope everything is alright to you, and I gonna ask you, how's your English studying process going? Have you improved it? Alright, write me in comments. And we are beginning the third part of the moment of victory. So let's begin. That wasn't the Texas way of scrapping, but being a very important addendum, 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 and annex to the regular army. The San Augustine Rifles had to conform to the red tape system of getting even. By the time we had got our Upton's tactics turned to page 57, said 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 a double of times and got blank cartridges into our Springfields, the Spanish outfit, and smiled repeatedly, rolled and lit cigarettes by squads, and walked away contemptuously. I went straight to Captain Floyd and says to him, Sam, I don't think the war is a straight game. You know as well as I do that Bob Turner was one of the widest fellows that ever threw a leg over a saddle, and now these white pullers in Washington have fixed his clock. His politically and ostensibly, what a nice word, dead. It ain't fair. Why should they keep this turning up? If they want Spain-legged, why don't they turn the San Augustine Rifles and Joyce Seeley's Ranger Company and the Care Lord of West Texas deputy sheriffs on these Spaniards, and let us exonerate them from the face of the earth. I never did, says I, care more about fighting by the Lord Chesterfield ring rules. I'm not going to hand in my resignation and go home if anybody else I'm personally acquainted with gets hurt on this war. If you can get somebody in my place, Sam, says I'll quit the first of next week. I don't want to work in an army that don't give its help a chance. Never mind my wages, says I. Let the Secretary of the Treasury keep them. Well, Ben, says the captain to me, your allegations and estimations of the tactics of war, government, patriotism, word mounting, and democracy are all right, but I've looked into the system of international arbitration and the ethics of justifiable slaughter a little closer. Maybe than you have. Now you can hand your resignation the first of the next week if you are so minded, but if you do, says Sam, I'll order a corporal squad to take you over by that limestone bluff. on the creek and shoot enough lead into your ballast, a submarine airship, and shoot enough lead into you to ballast a submarine airship. I'm captain of the company, and I've swore allegiance to the amalgamated states regardless of sectional secessional and congressional differences. Have you got any smoking tobacco? Winds up, Sam. Mine got wet when I swam the creek this morning. The reason I drag all this to non-ex parte evidence in his became Willie Robbins was standing there listening to us. I was a second sergeant, and he was a private then. But among us, Texans and and Westerns, there never was as much tactics and subordination as there was in the regular army. We never called our captain anything but Sam, except when there was a lot of major generals and admirals around, so as to preserve the discipline. And says Willie Robbins to me, in a sharp construction of voice much unbecoming to his light hair and previous record. You ought to be shot, Ben, for emitting any such sentiments. A man that won't fight for his country is worse than a horse thief. If I was a cap, I'd put you in the courthouse for 30 days on round steak and tamales. War, says Willie, is great and glorious. I didn't know you were a coward. I'm not, says I. If I was, I'd knock some of the pallidness off your marble brow. I'm lenient with you. I says, just as I am with the Spaniards, because you have always reminded me of something with mushrooms on the side. Why, you little lady of Charlotte, says I, you underdone leader of cotillions. No idea. Cotillions. You glassy, fashion and molded form. You white pine soldier mating the Cisalpine Alps in Germany for the late New Year trade. Do you know whom you are talking to? I've been in the same social circle, says I, and I've put up with you because you seem so meek and self-unsatisfying. I don't understand why you have so sudden taken a personal interest in chivalrousness and murder. Your nature's undergone a complete Revelation. Revelation. Now, how is it? Well, you wouldn't understand, Ben, says Willie, giving one of his refined smiles and turning away. Come back here, says I, catching him by the tail of his khaki coat. You've made me kind of mad, in spite of the aloofness in which I have heretofore, just one word, heretofore, held you. You're out for making a success in this here business, and I believe I know what for. You're doing it either because you're crazy or because you expect to catch some girl by it. Now, if it's a girl, I've got something here to show you. I wouldn't have done it, but I was plumb mad. I pulled a San Agustin paper out of my hip pocket and showed him an item. It was half a column about the marriage of Mira Allison and Joy Granbury. Willie laughed, and I saw he didn't touch him. I hadn't touched him. Oh, says he, everybody knew that was going to happen. I heard about that a week ago. And then he gave me that laugh again. All right, says I. Then do you so recklessly chase the bright rainbow of fame? Do you expect to be elected president, or do you belong to his suicide club? And then Captain Sam interferes. You gentlemen, quit jawing and go back to your quarters, says he, or I'll have you escorted to the guardhouse. Now, scat, both of you. Before you go, which one of you has got any chewing tobacco? Alright, guys. That seems we are done for today, and gonna continue tomorrow. See you. Bye.